everyone, I am Mona Lisa Edge Nasser from BTPT GFT2V. So today I will be talking about the sonata. So sonata means sounds or play. It is works several movement for one or two instrument. It is used to describe music, sinusulat o piniperform using instrument rather than voices. So pag three ang piniplay, it is called trio. If it is 4 naman, it is called quartet. If 5 naman instrument ang piniplay is quintet. Sa sonata, we have a 3 or 4 movements. The next is symphony. If sa sonata, for 1 or 2 instruments, sa symphony naman is for orchestra, means large musical ensemble. A symphony has 3 movements instead of 3 sections. The symphony can be broken down into first movement is fast, the second movement is slow, the third movement naman is Haydn and Mozart wrote a minute and trio at this point. Sa fourth movement naman is fast. So sonata form is way of building up an individual movement, not. So, ang sonata form is way pagbuo ng isang individual na movement. Sa sonata form consists of 3 sections. The first section, the exposition. So, sa exposition from the world implies the composer exposes these musical ideas. The main idea are called subject. The first subject is the tonic. The first note, which is modulate, changes K near the end to the transition, which leads to the second subject. The second subject is a new but related K is usually more tone for all melodious. So the second is development. In this section, the ideas are developed. Dito na makikita ang section na ito ang climax. So the third is recapitulations. In this section naman is yung music is repeated or inuulit-ulit from the beginning, but the second subject is now in the first tonic, first notes. The concerto, it consists of solo instrument, 1 instrument, and orchestra. In concerto, there are 3 movements, which is slow, fast, and slow. So sa opera, so the classical composers usually wrote vocal music, especially opera. So Gluck was an important opera composer. Audio Ed is one of this work. Mozart wrote operas including the of Figaro, the Magic Flute, and is one of example coming opera. So Ludwig van Beethoven 1827. So Beethoven composed a simple jazz piece himself. Sumulat siya ng 32 piano sonata and symphonies. He wrote the operas including then, which is called Fidelio, towards the end of his life. He's become noong nagkaedad na siya, naging bingi siya. Beethoven modified classical music. Most of this music has emotion and last movement are usually the most important. So sonata the next is the main characteristic of the classical music. The number 1 is less complicated textures than Baroque. Classical music are much simply than Baroque, who's somehow complicated. So number 2, emphasis on beauty, elegance, and balance. So the classical of music often emphasize the beauty, elegance, and balance of music. So the third is more variety and contrast within a piece than Baroque. Iba't iba ang movement ng isang piyesa sa classical music rather than Baroque. So number 4, melodies tend to be short than those and Baroque with clear cut and clearly marked. So ang melodies ng classical ay mas maikli at mas klaro ang mga cut kaysa sa Baroque music. So, number 5, the orchestra increase in size and rates. Ang orchestra sa classical has been increased in terms in size. The 6 is the piano takes over, often with Albert bass. In classical music, the piano often takes over. 7, important was given to instrumental music, sonata, trio, and string quartet, symphony, concerto from the was most important. That's all.